South Texas community, the kids and all tend to be poor, Hispanic, and usually English is their second language. But if you can capture them early with the spirit of math, and they begin to see what math can produce for them, what math can give them from all sorts of everyday type of activities, from going to the grocery and figuring out, well, which is a better buy, to sending people on the moon and calculus at that level. I think that these kids will take what their potential is in math to the highest limits, because this program not just teaches them the concepts, but I really truly believe inspires them to learn math.
Start noticing.
The reason I think math is important at an early age now is because of the high-tech society that we live in, the global economy, that so many things are based on math and mathematical concepts. When a child feels like he or she cannot fit into that classroom because they don't have the clear understanding, they will have the tendency of drifting off into other areas that they shouldn't get involved in, and eventually drop out of school.
Mathworks, what it does is it starts making it easier to teach kids from the younger age, and so they're not scared, but they get excited about math, and therefore they will start getting into harder areas, which may be maths, the sciences, technology, computers, etc., which is the wave of the future. This program has addressed started off with the kids down in the valley, and down in the valley you have a lot of kids that are at risk. You have kids that don't have the same benefits as some kids up in Houston, or some kids in Austin, San Antonio. And what this has shown is the program does work, and the test scores reflect that.
The idea of Mathworks is to raise the level of mathematics for students of all ages, from beginning students in grades 3 and 4 right up through high school. There are three basic parts of Mathworks. There are student programs, teacher training programs, and curriculum that we develop especially for the program.
Kids from 1st to 6th grade level are amazing in their ability and desire to figure out how to solve hard problems. When a kid can get up and act out how to add -9 and a -2 and explain it to you, then they really understand. The kids actually brainstorm the rules that they learn during their activities, and so we don't have to tell them the rules. They discover it themselves, and they remember it. They don't forget them.
There's some negative numbers that go negative.
And if they make a mistake, that's okay. It's not a problem. What you want to do is realize when there is a mistake, and so you say, something doesn't seem right about that. When I think back on that, that doesn't quite seem to fit somehow. So let me see if I can kind of look at that again and modify it. And that's when you have the person who's really learning.
I think you're moving a little ahead though, but they're both positive. Positive.
Kids go back home and they tell their parents that the way that they are learning algebra is very different from the traditional way that instruction takes place in the classroom.
We've created a new word to describe this unique interplay of math and drama, and we call that dramatics. A student would typically encounter a problem and use math to solve the problem that they encounter in a drama. To understand the problems being encountered in the drama, the student needs to understand the math that's being studied.
I liked math camp because it taught me more. It's really fun because you know advanced math and other kids don't.
I liked learning the number line because we were learning it in a fun way by acting it out.
Students that have gone through Mathworks curriculum and the camp, they're more confident in their abilities and willing to take a chance at, and not the fear of, oh, I'm going to make a mistake.
Last year, I was afraid to go and come to algebra because I've always heard that algebra is hard, so I wanted to come to math camp. That would help to prepare me for algebra. And I feel a lot confident. So far what we've done, we've covered in math camp, and I know pretty much what we're doing.
The traditional way of learning math was just
giving you words to copy down for notes and to take it home and to use them to do your homework. But then when you get to a hands-on experience where you get to work with the numbers and different colors and shapes, then you better understand what you're working with.
I think Mathworks is important because I could see how it has changed the self-esteem in kids, how it's making them want to go to school, how they're getting excited, and not only because of that, but how they're interacting with other people.
During math camp, we had some problems to do and we went more into them so we understood them more. If that didn't work, we got into groups and we discussed it with each other.
We did a lot of activities to help us learn how to work math equations and problems. It really helped me and I enjoyed it because, mostly because even though we did the activities, we still learned math.
I was very excited when I became acquainted with Mathworks 2 summers ago. It showed me a side of math at a visual and kinesthetic level that I'd never seen before, that I knew would be wonderful for my students. And so not only does it energize me, but it energizes the students.
When it's written horizontally like this,
teachers are given skill sets that they learn. They are given techniques to help children better understand. I've had teachers tell me that, you know, I wish I had had this 10, 15 years ago. They wish they had had it when they were in school.
Kids can be very young and they can learn algebra at a very young age. There's a lot of controversy whether that's true or not, but our math camps have proven, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that is, I mean, it's happening.
Teaching has become so much more fun because you're not just standing up there saying, this is how you do it. Your students are coming up with their own algorithms, with their own knowledge, and they're excited, and when you see the excitement, you can't help but get excited yourself. And I think Math Camp has really dramatically changed the way that I teach. I don't stand up in front of the classroom anymore and give out what the students are supposed to know. I'm always looking for different ways to bring the Math Camp in and the Math Camp methods by changing my giving them the knowledge to their discovering it.
You can see the confidence in them, their abilities to understand concepts and their abilities to work problems at a much earlier age than they're normally traditionally being introduced in school. The key to the success of this nation is by getting the kids at a young age and introducing them to math concepts or higher math concepts than traditionally been introduced to them at that grade level.
Math is important because if you want to become an architect or anything that's doing math, it'll help you out a lot. So it's one of the basic things you need to know to help you in the future.
I think it was a really enriching experience for the students participating in the math camps. And I think it's something that they'll remember for a very long time, and it'll also help them in their academics down the road.
We're discovering that students make up their mind by 6th and 7th grade whether or not they want to continue with math. And when they're feeling confident in algebraic processes at a younger age, the confidence carries over into them taking higher levels of math in high school.
I believe that Mathworks through its math camps during summertime provides a really sound and concrete understanding of basic math concepts that they can use for the rest of their lives. They're concepts that you cannot do without. They're essential to understanding pretty much everyday life. And I think that's what the Mathworks and math camps gives all kids.